Welcome to Math 1150 for the Spring 2018 semester. My name is Carol DeFries and I'll be your instructor for the semester. The purpose of this video is to give you some idea about how the course is run and to let you know about a few things you'll need to do before we start the semester. Canvas is the learning management system we use at UMSL. When you log on to Canvas, you'll be able to access our course, including the course syllabus. Make sure you read through the syllabus before our first day of class so that you can ask any questions about it on our first day. One of the things that you'll see in the syllabus is that we do have a textbook. It's the 12th edition of a problem-solving approach to mathematics. You do not need to purchase the My Math Lab version of this textbook, although you certainly can, and that's because we're not going to be doing any homework through My Math Lab. If you would like to purchase a paper copy of the textbook, that would work, and if you do that, even purchasing the 11th edition would be fine. It's basically the same as the 12th edition, and it's a little bit cheaper. Calculators are always a sticky issue in this course. You are not allowed to use calculators on tests or the final. So be aware that if you choose to use a calculator during our quizzes in class, that you will have to wean yourself from that calculator when we take the tests in the final. Now this class is taught as a flipped classroom. And if you're not familiar with that, it may seem like a very strange concept, but it's a concept that makes a lot of sense for people who are going to be teachers. In a traditional classroom, the teacher instructs, the students take notes, and then the students leave the classroom to go do homework. In a flipped classroom, the instruction takes place outside of class, and then when students come to class, they work on problems that give them a deeper understanding of the concept. That also gives them a chance to have support in the class. Now, the reason why this works so very well when you're looking at a course that's being taught for students who are going to be teachers is that working in the classroom will give you a chance to not only ask questions, but to help your fellow students. And after all, if you're going to be a teacher, that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be helping students learn. So instead of our class looking like this, with you listening to a teacher and taking notes, our class will look more like this, with you working in a group, and me as the facilitator coming around and helping you along and answering your questions, and making sure that everybody is on the right track and understanding. So here's how flipped learning will work for us. You're going to watch a video before class to learn about a new concept. And then when you come to class, we'll have a chance to talk about those new concepts before you work with a group to practice some of those concepts. After that, we'll get a chance to discuss what you worked on before you have a group quiz, so you can see if you and your group members truly do understand what we've done. In a traditional classroom where you have a lecture and then go home and work on homework, we all know that there's one point in that process where things can go wrong. And that is if a student doesn't do the homework, then they usually have a bad result. In a flipped classroom, there's also one step where we can have a bad result, and that is if a student doesn't do the work before class and just comes to class to do those group work activities, you're also going to have a bad result. So with that in mind, let me pass along to you some tips that were given to me by students that have been through my classes before and who have seen what this flipped learning is like. The first thing they say is that you should always take notes when you watch the videos, and you should bring those notes with you to class. Remember, the video is really taking the place of a traditional lecture, so it's where you're getting that initial instruction. You need to take it seriously just like you would if you were sitting in a class and listening to a lecture. And the second thing my students have said is that you should never come to class unprepared, because if you do, you're going to feel lost, and you're working with a group, you'll let your group members down. They won't be able to rely on you at all to help them along. So what do you need to do before our first day of class? Well, log on to Canvas with whatever your favorite device is, and look underneath the Syllabus tab. When you do that, you're going to find a place where you can click and find the course syllabus. That'll give you a good idea of what we're going to do every single day in this course. But if you look at the very first class day, it says that we're going to look at problem solving. So what you'll want to do is watch the first video on problem solving, take notes on the video, bring those notes with you to class, and then after you do that, you're going to want to do the pre-work assignment for problem solving. Pre-work is something that will always be done before you come to class. You'll find that pre-work either under the Assignments tab, or you can also find it under the calendar that you'll see on Canvas. So I'm really looking forward to this new semester. I just love teaching people who are going to be teachers. I love the idea that they're going to move on and make an impact on future students. I'll see you on our first class day. Make sure you watch that first video, take some notes, and do the pre-work, and we will be ready to roll on our first day.